Introducing first in the corner to my right, from Providence, Rhode Island, Veda Scott! Her opponent in the corner to my left, from the Bronx, New York, she is the leader of the Strong Army, Sonya Strong!
Veda Scott, absent from participation in WWR for the past few months, has been tearing it up internationally, competing all around the UK and Europe. Sonya Strong, as I alluded to earlier, not, as the bell sounds, the match officially underway, not doing her best to endear herself to the other members of the WWR roster.
Not quite.
Yeah, and she had some scathing comments for you after her matchup at Adios Aurora back in August.
But that's okay.
And I thought it was very classy the way that you responded to her.
Yeah, you know, women's wrestling right now is so big. It's not just about one person, it's about all of us, what we could do to grow women's wrestling. And Sonya doesn't see it that way. It's mighty selfish, but to each their own.
Certainly, as Veda Scott is trying her best to take it to Sonya Strong, and Sonya Strong with the size advantage trying to overpower Veda Scott in the corner. Veda Scott now unable to escape, is getting stomped to the mat as Sonya Strong already arguing with the official. Who do you give the advantage to?
I'm gonna give the advantage to Veda. I think she was called out for this. She's had a few weeks to prepare for it, and I think that she's gonna really bring it to Sonya tonight.
Of course, everybody following the action tonight, please, we'd love to get your feedback. Use hashtag StreamWWR as the action is spilling to the floor.
Come on, get her back in here. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Get her back in. Come on.
Veda Scott finding her mark on the chest of Sonya Strong. Sonya Strong fires back with an elbow to the abdomen and then a chop to Veda Scott.
Let's go.
Veda Scott sending Sonya Strong face first into the steel post that keeps these rings together pretty much. I mean, keeping the ropes up, and I don't know how much longer either of these ladies are going to be able to stand up, keep firing off shots like that. Referee Kevin Quinn giving him a lot of leeway on the floor, don't you think, Gianna?
I think so. They're gonna have to take it back in if someone wants to win. Otherwise, we're gonna see a draw tonight.
Veda Scott with a shoving kick. Sonya Strong down to a knee. It's Veda Scott now looking to reset the count. Instead, hoping to hurl herself off the apron. Oh, diving Hurricane Rana countered as Veda Scott, noggin connecting with the floor. That's one way to stop your opponent's momentum.
You think?
And Sonya Strong now, sight set on Veda Scott, looking to get a big step back as Kevin Quinn checks to see if Veda Scott can continue. And Sonya Strong was looking to kick Veda Scott right in the head, continue to do more damage to that cranium.
Come on, let's go.
Sonya Strong is not really breaking a sweat so far.
No, but she takes moments like that just to pose and be a little cocky. And with someone that you've called out, with someone that you've made an enemy of, you don't want to do that.
I think cocky is the understatement of the year. Sonya Strong is outright arrogant. She has such a sense of entitlement. No other women's wrestler that I've come across. I mean, there's so much positivity coming out of this WWR project. And, you know, for the last 18 months or so, we've been able to bring some of the best women's wrestlers in the world to New England. And, you know, Sonya Strong, I think, talent-wise, could certainly be held in that same regard. But in terms of her attitude, it flat out sucks.
Yeah, like I said earlier, women's wrestling is about each other right now. We need each other. We need support, and it comes from within. She doesn't see it that way. She sees others get opportunities and likes to blame circumstances on those instead of putting in the work. And in the end, it's going to come to bite her in the ass.
I mean, just as gifted as she is, obviously bending the rules right there. She's trying to break Veda Scott's arm over that bottom rope. I do think that it's also going to come back to haunt her as well. I have to agree with that. When you make a lot of enemies, I mean, when push comes to push comes to shove, you know, this wrestling business is all about support, whether it's the support from the fans, support from your peers, other wrestlers, the powers that be. And if you don't have that backing, as good of a performer as you are, you're going to end up closing doors. You're going to cheat yourself out of opportunities. You know what my job is? My job is to make sure that we can give our fans the best possible show for the people that are watching for the first time on Powerbomb TV, and that means putting together the best possible lineups, but that's only on paper. You know, it's up to the wrestlers at that point to be able to deliver in the ring, and while I do think that Sonya Strong has the capability to deliver the goods, I think sometimes she just gets in her own head. Oh! Again, driving Veda Scott down on her head with a DDT.
You know, it's definitely been like that. She wants to call out other people for their opportunities, but instead of making the most of yours, she likes to focus on other people. And that's going to be her downfall. That's going to be why she's not going to get successful opportunities like I have or like Tessa Blanchard has.
Sure,
because
of course.
She's focused on everyone else.
Of course, if you get done watching this, you're looking for more women's wrestling, check out Adios Aurora back in October, our farewell show at Aurora in Providence. We saw Sonya Strong versus Tessa Blanchard, yourself, Deanna Prazo, versus Mia Yim. With both ladies, same idea, same time, both taking off their feet. Let's see who's going to be the first to regroup. Veda Scott still holding the side of her head. I mean, she's taken some nasty impacts to the brain so far in this matchup. Sonya Strong up first. Got Veda Scott hooked. Maybe looking for a brain buster at this point. Veda, knowing she doesn't want to get dropped on her head once again, trying to fight back. Sonya Strong, the larger competitor, is going to get underneath Veda in order to use all of her size to throw Veda down to the mat. Oh! And that's a pretty crafty escape from Veda Scott.
Yeah, that's an awesome swinging neck breaker.
You see the way that Sonya Strong is moving around her arms. You're going to wonder how much damage is done to the neck, if perhaps she's numbed up the extremities of Sonya Strong. Certainly threw off her game as Veda Scott's trying to pull herself up to a vertical base. Sonya Strong, opposite side of the ring. Sight set on Veda. Veda's playing possum there. Oh, Veda just kicking her in the face. Oh, just charging it with that forearm. And Sonya is looking to retreat. Veda Scott with a clothesline, diving off the second rope. Veda Scott might be looking to put things away right here. Was looking for that ace crusher. Sonya Strong pushing her off, charging with an elbow. Looking to build momentum, but Veda Scott's right behind her, charging in. Sonya Strong, though, being the larger of the competitor, she's able to clear the gap, a little bit less energy. Misses wildly with that clothesline. And Veda now, that time she connected with the jawbreaker.
Sonya did quite a bit of work on her arm, so I'm glad she's been able to kind of regain some strength in it. And
Veda Scott now, she's got that crippler crossface applied. Looking for a submission victory. It's a very deadly hold.
yeah,
But
they're in the center of the ring, so.
for now, Sonya Strong is trying to inch her way to the ropes. I don't think she realizes that the ropes are closer behind her than they are to her side, but nevertheless.
Let her suffer.
Are you rooting for Veda in this match?
You know what? I have to. I have to. That promo called Veda out. It called me out. Called a whole bunch of us out. And Veda has to be on my team right now.
Fair enough. Again, if you're watching, please use the hashtag StreamWWR. Powerbomb TV bringing a first ever all-women's wrestling broadcast to the platform as Sonya Strong was to stay a step ahead from Veda Scott. Got the hand hooked. What the hell? This is a double hook right here, and this is going to spell disaster. Veda Scott getting tangled up, but Sonya Strong using her long legs to hook Veda. Got a hold of the head. Veda can't find her footing, and that's going to be the end of it. How many times can you get dropped on your head? Well, for Veda Scott, perhaps she does have 9 lives, because she will continue to fight through this. Either that or more guts than brains. I don't know how much of the gray matter she's got left at this point.
I'm going to go with the latter. That's guts.
At least you know when Veda's in Veda's there, you're always going to see a wicked fight. Some pretty gnarly stuff. Sonya Strong loves dishing it out. I mean, that is one thing, though, Tiana. If you can talk smack and back it up, I mean, that makes you somebody to look out for. Sonya Strong going for the axe kick, taking way too much time right there. And Veda with the Shining Wizard. She's going to pull Sonya away from the ropes. And as a result, doesn't really have enough coverage on that pinning predicament.
No, she had to pull her out, get the most of that cover.
Veda Scott's back up, and that's smart. Keep your opponent down on the mat, especially when they're larger than you. Oh, Veda's got something else in mind right now. And just like that, see, as soon as she helped Sonya back up to the mat, Sonya was able to get her skull underneath the chin of Veda Scott. And Sonya looking to scale to that second rope. as Veda clocks her. Now Veda struggling to find her footing as Sonya's just wailing shots at Veda. Veda up to the second rope. Oh, this is super dangerous. Veda takes one wrong shot, she's going to be flipping backwards down to the floor. And Sonya Strong holding on. Veda caught her with that running ace crusher once again, using that right arm. Sonya continuing to show signs of life. I think that Veda was looking to connect with that from the second rope, but she simply just did not have enough gas left in the tank.
No, like I said, Sonya was working on that arm quite a bit, so maybe now it's kind of, the adrenaline's worn off, maybe.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, typically with an ace crusher, you're able to grasp your hands, and Veda is just really using that damaged right arm. She's not getting a lot of impact. But this is a smart strategy. If your arms are screwed up, why don't you start attacking with your legs? Sonya Strong, though, holding on, able to duck underneath and use her size for a big powerbomb. Veda Scott planted on the mat, and Sonya Strong looking for that alligator clutch, but holding on to the ropes. That's Kimberly's signature hold. She won plenty of matches that. Do you even think that Sonya needed to hold on to the ropes there?
No, she didn't.
Uh-oh, Veda with the inside cradle. Sonya able to reverse it. And with the handful of trunks. And I think that maybe Veda Scott got her left shoulder off the mat, too. I think, on a hard to tell, referees... Well, the referee's decision will stand. Yeah, a boo from Deonna Purrazzo.